back next week. It'll get you up-to-the-minute information, including severe weather warnings, wherever you are, local weather from local people. The ABC News 4 Storm Tracker weather app.
Powered by the John Price Law Firm.
Troy was diagnosed with pineoblastoma, a rare form of cancer, August 3rd, 2016. He was 8 years old at the time.
Immediately, they told us about the Ronald McDonald House because they knew we stayed a while away from the hospital.
There was kids that were like me who understood what we were going through. I didn't feel like an outsider.
Working for you with the top stories and weather, easy to find, all in one place. Sign up for the ABC News 4 newsletter today. Get the ABC News 4 app now. Instant alerts the second news breaks. Watch ABC News 4 anywhere. Download the ABC News 4 app now. Sponsored by the John Price Law Firm.
Knights Company's High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet on MyTV Charleston.
It's Knights Company's High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. We drive you into the ever-famous Pinewood Prep Academy as they play host to their big-time conference foe. For a little Skiza Please action, it's Porter-Gaud, it's Pinewood. I'm Jack Longshaw, sitting alongside the legendary sports anchor, Scotty Eisberg. And Scott, I know I throw around the word GOAT and legend often, but it is not overused when we are talking about these two coaches tonight.
Yeah, no question. One of them is officially the winningest of all time. I don't know if you call it the GOAT or the WOAT, but whatever it is, Pat Idson has got it. 950 career wins for the Pinewood Prep head coach, and boy, he is a legend. We're in Idson Gymnasium, which is located on Idson Way. Needless to say, Pat Idson's pretty much got the whole area named after him, but yeah, he got 944 earlier this year, a night over at Palmetto Christian, and that was a big one because it set the all-time wins record here in the state of South Carolina.
Well, you can see players running in behind us, hugging family, because we are about underway. The team that will face tonight, led by John Pearson in his 18th season. When you talk about coaching some of the best out of ever in the Palmetto State, he has done it. He has been there. He has built quite literally a dynasty at Porter-Gaud, and this year they feel just this out. So balanced, so disciplined, and it's why they've gotten off to such a great start.
Yeah, look, there's no Chris Middleton on this team. There's no Aaron Neesmith on this team. There's no Josiah Jordan-James on this team, but they're still winning, and they're still undefeated in region play. That's because of John Pearson and the way he reloads. The big story coming into the year was losing Robert Moore. He was their star player. He left before the season, so they never had him this year. As he said, it's never easy to replace 22 or 23 points a game. They had to do that. Look, they're still winning.
Well, for both of these squads, when we talk about our keys to the game brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet, if you are either of these coaches, we take a look at our keys. How do you walk away with a victory tonight?
Yeah, if you're Porter-Gaud, you just got to kind of do what you did last time. They've played already this year. Porter-Gaud won the game by 4 points, 66-62. They played well. Get ahead early and hold that lead. You know, Pinewood can be pretty explosive when they're shooting the ball well. You got to kind of stop them from doing that.
Well, they can get this place bumping. When we talk about Idson Gymnasium, it's a little tight, it's a little romantic, but when it gets loud, heck, we've got a band in here tonight, Scotty.
A rock band, not a pep band, a rock band, literally. We got Green Day playing in the corner over here. It's fantastic.
Well, it's a team that can really light it up, and when they get rocking and rolling, quite literally and figuratively, this place is special. Like a couple of the studs that we're going to see tonight, I made a joke, a little old captain by captain reference. I've got my eye on John Michael Jenkins. He goes, the Cyclones follow, and for Pinewood, man, that youngster Trey Dean, Green does not look like a sophomore.
No, not at all. He has the build of a senior. It's a good time, a good transfer that they got in from Ashley Ridge. That's the great thing. This area is just so rich in talent. Ashley Ridge having a good year. Somerville having a good year. Fort Dorchester having a good year. Cane Bay having a good. They're all teams that have talented guys. Sometimes you want to maybe come to a bit of a smaller school school, you get a great education, and oh, by the way, you might get some more playing time out of it. That's exactly what happens here with Trey Green, and Pat Idson loves having him as he came over from Ashley Ridge right down the road.
And Green, who's averaging 16 and 5 a night. To me, it's his ability to score in all three levels. I talked about having to make it rain. In that arena, that gym down the street at Porter-Gaud, hey, they pour in 62, but this is a team that can score 75, 80 points. The high school ranks, that's tough to do. But I want to talk about the captain a little bit more. John Pearson talks about him. You can almost feel him like oozing confidence.
Yep.
And the way that he talks about his youngster, a little bit small in stature, but truly he controls the entire game.
Yeah.
Tempo, poise, and he really is their captain.
He's a spark plug for the team. He kind of does everything for him, and you need somebody like that. Look, he's standing right in front of us right now. He is not a big guy at all, but he's got the heart, and in this system, you need heart, you need some speed, you need to be able to shoot. Look, they play basically 4 guards here, so, they're kind of negating the height with speed. And there isn't a lot of height on Porter-Gaud, but they obviously win games. They're super well coached, and the nice thing about this team, they kind of follow that Porter-Gaud formula of the past. It's worked for John Pearson, 29 years at the school. He learned under the legend Randy Clark and then took it over himself in 19 or 18 years now. He's had several NBA players. You follow that, you have good things coming. Look, they've got guys in college right now, Mason Grant playing at the next level, Clyde Malden. They've got guys that have played at that next level, so they're able to kind of model their games after that.
Well, you take a look at Pat Idson, the legend we mentioned, the arena and gym named after him. Man, he's talked about winning some grades. The state championships speak for themselves. His last back in 2010, trying to get to that level. But a really fun storyline for us. Hey, coached the McDonald All-American, a kid that played at South Carolina, broke scoring records throughout his tenure, played professional basketball. Oh, by the way, it was his son.
Yep.
And now the opportunity to coach his grandson, Tripp, who will start.
Thing like Chuck. That's the one thing. They have nothing in common as far as their games. They're both about 6'8", so that helps. But Tripp Idson is a true 5. He is a post player. He is not what Chuck was. Chuck was the point forward, I guess.
Yeah.
That first point forward where he was 6'8", but he can handle as a post player. He's going to block shots, get in the way of shots. Not a tremendous scorer, but they're working to get him to become like Chuck. For right now, though, he is just a post player, and we're looking forward to seeing Tripp Idson. And as Pat Idson said when he was asked several times about whether he wanted to retire or not, he said, I'm coaching Tripp through the end here, so at least 2 more years.
Yeah, Tripp, who's been a walking double-double this season, averaging 8 and 8. We'll talk about the guy that has been there, done that, his 18th season, 29th overall.
Yeah.
John Pearson, man, what he has done in the Charleston area, he feels like Charleston basketball at this point.
He is. I mean, he is such a mainstay on the AAU circuit. He has been at Porter-Gaud the entirety of his career. He is just a legend in the game and so well connected. All of his former players look at him like a dad. They all love John Pearson. He opens up the gym to all of them. And look, JP is, he's won the championships. He's got guys all over Division I, so he's pretty darn good, and he sets the trend in Skeeza basketball.
Well, we've laid the groundwork. Now we're going to take our final break before we tip things off from Idson Arena. John Pearson, Pat Idson, Jack Dalton, Scotty Iceberg. The students are loving it. The band's rocking and rolling. It's Porter-Gaud. It's Pinewood Prep. It's Knights Company's High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet when we return.
Every day, there are local children going hungry. For many, their only meal may be a free school breakfast or lunch. And putting an end to child hunger, please donate today to the Super Bowl of Caring at abcnews4.com.
Charleston Day School is proud to partner with ABC News 4 for the Super Bowl of Caring, a nationwide movement that mobilizes communities to support hunger.
These are the people of South Carolina. These are our neighbors. And when one of our neighbors needs help, we want to be there for them. A lot of people don't know what to do after a car wreck. That's what we're here for.
Home. Do you love what you see?
You will when you choose Hardy Siding from Contract Exteriors. Only Hardy products are engineered for climate. They're specifically designed to stand up to the heat, humidity, and hurricanes of South Carolina, helping ensure your home stays looking beautiful for years to come. Discover your perfect homecoming by visiting contractexteriors.com. When it's time to re-side, come home to something better.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete, we're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served our communities. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies, excellence in concrete, built on family values.
You've got a friend in the used car business.
Used cars, trucks, and SUVs, local trade-ins, 172-point inspection with great warranty options. No payments till April with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
Whose by stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Don't you love it when a plan comes together? We welcome you back into Pinewood Preparatory School, a beautiful rendition of the national anthem, actually sung by a Pinewood student. As we get ready to announce our starting lineup tonight, Scotty, we talked about kind of our keys and players to watch as Porter-Gaud announces their starting lineup. Fans, we'd be remiss to not brag on just the sophomore, a bright future. Cato Miller is going to be a guy that really stands out all evening.
Yeah, Cato Miller is just holding them together, as John Pearson says. He's the guy that's our glue. He's their leading scorer, a senior body, and just getting better and better every single day. So Cato Miller certainly one to watch, and he's also young. I mean, that's the thing, is he's young, but look at him. He looks way older than his sophomore body. There's no doubt about that.
I was going to say, I think, too, when you announce the starting lineup, John Michael Jenkins, Banks Butler, Griffin Ferraro, Griffin Dom, and Cato Miller, we ended up opting with John Michael Jenkins. It's a senior in a big environment, TV game. Yeah. It's going to be the senior that keeps calm, tensions cool on a big night. But when Cato Miller steps foot on the hardwood, he will stand out. And this is how Pat Idson will line up with the Panthers. It's Jaden Alexander, the junior guard. Daniel Wiggins, the senior guard. I was going to say, that's a...
Caius Paris. Yeah. He's kind of a star. You know, I didn't think they would be sitting in for the TV game.
Yeah, love it, though. Jonathan Sauce and Trip Edson round out the starting lineup as this Pinewood faithful is fired up. Caius Paris averaging 10, 7, 4, and 3. He has been a stat sheet stuffer. They've got a ton of different role players that played almost to a T.
Pat Idson said Caius Paris is the kind of guy who could write his own ticket. Yeah. If he continues to mature at the way he's maturing and continues to get better at the rate he's getting better, he's a guy that could write his own ticket. And when Pat Idson says that, you have to believe it, because Pat Idson's been around for so long doing this that he knows what a Division I player looks like. There's no question he's got that look and he's got the skill. And look, there is plenty of room for him to build. There's plenty of room room for him to get bigger and better. So, I mean, the sky is the limit for Cais Paris. I love those two guys standing next to each other. That matchup right there is going to be an outstanding matchup tonight between two stars of the Skeeza ranks, looking for supremacy here in the Skeeza ranks, the region championship up for grabs. I mean, these are D2 teams in the region, no doubt about that.
You're looking at the 19-6 Pinewood Prep Panthers, 4-1 in the region. Their only loss to, yes, you guessed it, Porter-Gaud. Porter-Gaud 15-5, undefeated in conference play. A win tonight, you put yourself in the driver's seat. Is that corner three no good? Rebounded by Miller. Picked off by Slauson. Bodies hitting the floor. And Slauson will kick to the corner. Here's another wing three. And drilled. He's our player to watch for a reason. The super sophomore Trey Green gets things going.
Yeah, that's the big one right out of the gate. Student section, they're all dressed up. They're ready for this one. And you get the student section involved early. That's pretty good. But look at that.
Head fake. Hezzy. No good, but a really special move is John Michael Jenkins. Can't answer the bell. Green will slow things down on the other side. Nice dumping. Looking to keep it high. So fundamental. There's the big fella. 6'8", 205. Tripitson with his first two. Ooh, wing three. Looks like nowhere to land for Cato Miller. We've got our first trip to the charity stripe. These free throws brought to you by Doctors Implants, empowering people through full dental implants.
Yeah, you kind of see a lot of times at the foul line early whether guys will get nervous on TV. These are a lot of young guys, a lot of young sophomores. They haven't played the TV games before. You see that camera eyeing you down right below, right down the barrel of a gun. You see that camera looking at you. You know you're on TV in the area. These guys aren't dumb. They know that. So yeah, there is a little pressure, but when you come up there, you knock down a couple free throws, it gets you in that groove early on as we get some substitutions early from John Pearson.
Little line change.
Wilson Gruneberger, the guy that just came in, came out of nowhere, Pearson said. He made the team, didn't even know if he would make the team, and now this is a team that relies on him. They heavily rely on him. So he's the kind of guy, he's always working in the side gym. He's always working to get better. Tripitson from three.
Love it. He heard you, Scott. He said, I got a little bit of touch from the outside. Possession is going to be one, and will remain with the Panthers. Gruneberger, another guy, he said it came out of nowhere. Pearson is a really special, physically gifted athlete. Maybe that first possession, they saw something defensively, and maybe throw a different personnel look at Itson. Here's another corner three. Green, no
There's
good.
Cais Paris.
Long, 6'5", wiry body. Keeps the ball high. And this is a quick 7-1 start for the Panthers.
This is, you said it in the open. They need to start quick. They started quick. 7 points in the first minute and a half of the game. Pat Itson couldn't be happier with the way Pinewood Prep has started this thing.
There's Ferraro being backed down by Paris off the kick out. There's Jenkins. Bodied up by Slauson. Wing three. Buried. The response, Griffin Ferraro.
Griffin Ferraro, kind of a slow start to his career, but he's just come a long way. And John Pearson loves the way that, well, look at that is an excited Trey Green right there.
You don't think this ball game means anything? Here's Slauson the steal. Transition. A nice little euro as Miller flies by. And this gym is rocking.
Yeah, man, the speed with which Pinewood is playing right now, causing John Pearson to call a timeout. Big time right there. That's a big time start for Pinewood just to start that fast on TV. They've had some slow starts on our games that have been broadcast before, but not tonight. Let's go back and look at that one again. There's Jonathan Slauson. We'll talk about him plenty. He is the nephew of NBA player Jalen Slauson. Jalen now in the G League with the Osceola Magic, but he has played plenty of games in the National Basketball Association. And his cousin might not have his frame, but he does have his heart.
I'll tell you what, you saw that kind of tussle. They had a huge year on the gridiron this fall.
Yeah, state championship.
State championship. Coach Holloman coming in and flipping his program upside down. Man, this is a lot of mutual respect. But don't forget that this rivalry dates back decades.
Yeah.
This means a whole lot, not only for conference implications, but the students in the building that have a lot of distaste towards the Cyclones.
I mean, heck, Chuck Inson up in the stands played against Porter-Gaud. I mean, you're talking about, look, how many how many games are going to feature coaches who have faced off against each other for 29 years? I mean, Pearson was an assistant for some of that, but for 18 years now, twice a year, every year, they're playing each other, and they know each other better than anybody.
Hand down Maydown, Cato Miller firing wide, a little strong in the weight room for the young sophomore. And maybe you're starting to feel those nerves check in a little bit as Coach Pearson senses it as well. And he'll check in Sebastian Mendez, giving Miller a little bit of a breather.
And Griffin Dahm also coming into the game, 6'5". He's going to try to match up with Trip Itson, giving up an inch or two to him, and maybe a couple pounds to him, but he is the key to this team. John Pearson says Griffin Dahm had so much work to do, and every day you just turn around and he's working on something, and he's turned into here that we need to have. So Griffin Dahm now going to match up with Trip Itson. I like that matchup. They're already banging bodies down low.
He cleared out. Here's Slauson working against Jenkins. Kicking down to Itson, gets that left shoulder. Baby hook, no good. And that already the second offensive rebound. Nope. Thought it was going to be a jump ball. It's going to be an over the back on Case Paris, his first. (11-4) start for the home squad with 4:50 to go here in the first quarter. If you're just joining us, a quick start. Led by 5 from Trey Green already. A foul away from the basket. Looks like they're going to get this on the big fella. Yep, it is going to be on Trip Itson, his first.
You know, Itson's the kind of guy, we talked to Pat about him, and they work so much together as grandpa, grandson in the offseason. Ooh, a big shot. I think he might have taken one in the eyes right there. That is Griffin Dahm on the floor. I don't know if they poked him in the eyes or got a contact or something, but he took a hand to the face for sure. He's okay. He's walking it off and going to the foul line, trying to get some points with the clock stopped. But yeah, Tripp and Pat, they work tremendous amount of hours together, you know, working on that perimeter game, working on his ball handling. You know, Pat made Chuck the player he is, there's no doubt. And Chuck made a lot of money for a long time over in Europe. He was a great European player. You know, I don't know if Tripp has the talent naturally that Chuck had, but if you work with the same coach who's, you know, grandpa, you can get a lot better. And next goal is work on the perimeter game, work on his hands around the perimeter, and, you know, not make him the one-dimensional post player that he is right now.
Down, missing the front end, gets the second to roll through. He took a big shot on that foul. You can see visibly the mark. He'll take a quick breather as the athletic training staff at Porter-Gaud will check in on him. It looks like, yeah, he does have a bloody nose, so checking back in is number 32, Wilson Gruneberger.
Now, Gruneberger, you know, he's not, look, next to Itson, he's not a big guy. He's you know, pretty slight for a 5 guy, but that work ethic, you know, if you're in position, you can grab some rebounds, just get little dirty work points.
Paris, hand down, man down, 3 fired, missing off the back iron, and Paris flying around the rim. He just seems to have a knack at the basketball. As you're going to get a foul underneath on Sebastian Mendez. Foul starting to mount early.
Yeah, I think this game's going to even out. There's no doubt, but Pinewood couldn't have asked for a better start in this game.
Nice little running floater, going to end up short for Jaden Alexander.
Now they've missed a couple of shots.
Yeah, how does Porter respond?
Yep, like that.
The calm, cool hands. There's the first basket from John Michael Jenkins.
The spark plug, we talked about him as our player of the game to watch. Yep. You know, J.M. Jenkins is the kind of player that you love to have on your team because he's always going to bring that energy. It doesn't matter if you're up 20, down 20.
Such a quick twitch athlete. You saw with the ball in his hands. He's got it on a string. Constantly making the right decision. Assist-to-turnover ratio nearly perfect. Here he is on the wing working against Slauson. Slauson nearly picking the pocket. Force Porter-Gaud to reset.
Jonathan Slauson, the kind of athlete that, you know, Pat Edson says there'll be a place for him in college basketball. You look at him, kind of a slight frame, not the biggest guy. This should be our media timeout coming up right here. And we'll talk about Slauson after the break because this is an interesting story, an interesting family.
John Michael Jenkins a little up and under, cutting the deficit to 4. Pinewood leads 11-7 when we return.
These are our neighbors. When one of our neighbors needs help, we want to be there for them. We want everyone that comes to our office to leave satisfied. Then we know we did our job. If you were a loved one or injured in South Carolina, call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
At Doctors Implants, we understand the importance of having a healthy smile. Replacing your failing or missing teeth with full mouth dental implants can be a great way to improve your well-being. The combination of the surgical techniques can give patients such great results.
Call now to book your doctor's consultation. 843-212-6752. Again, that's 843-212-6752.
Ever wonder what it's like to work at Knight's Companies? It's more than just a job. It's family. Here, you're not just another employee. You're a valued member of a team dedicated to excellence and innovation in concrete construction. We're united by our passion for building the future together. Join us at Knight's Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build.
Cruise has certified pre-owned and local trade-ins, 172-point inspection, great warranties, and with approved credit, make no payments till April. Together, let's drive. Cruise Chevy on Rivers, CruiseChevrolet.com.
You've got a friend in the used car business. Yes, you do.
It's Knight's Company's High School Hoops, driven by Cruise Chevrolet. Chance of Let's Go Blue reigning from tonight's Thumbs Up Guys Fan Cam. Brought to you by your injury attorneys at Miller Dawson Siegel and Ward. These fans had a lot to cheer about through that first 5-minute stretch.
Hey, 11, they do 11 points and just controlling the energy of the game. So back to Jonathan Slauson with the ball right now. Like Pat Hitson said, he loves this so much, and he loves to compete so much. He'll find a place in college. He will find a place to play in college because he loves it that much and he works that hard.
John Michael Jenkins working hard on the defensive end, jumping in those passing lanes. That's going to be a really fun matchup between he and Slauson as you get a nice dribble drive. Wing through from Miller, no good. It's in fighting for the rebound. A late whistle as they're going to get a foul. Looks like that's going to be on Sebastian Mendez, and if our math's correct.
That's 3 on Sebastian Mendez.
One a little late for the whistle, but you could tell it draped all over the backside of Trip Hitson.
It's tough, man. He's a tough kid down low. He's not, fearless. He's kind of fearless down there. He's got the big body. He's not afraid to use it. Pat believes that he is in the top 10 in the state in block shots.
He's averaging 2.8 block shots a night. He's got a nice little step back jumper, no good from Paris. You saw a really quick start. Now these teams starting to find their mojo. Slow start to slow down. Porter-Gaud getting their half-court set. Look at this floater.
Yeah, that's a nice play for J.M. Jenkins.
J.M. Jenkins making it look easy.
This is Arden Murray, 15 for Pinewood Prep. Trip Hitson following his own shot, got fouled. Can he go to the line? Nice job. But Arden Murray, he can play the 1, the 2, the 3. We're going to go back here and watch the John Michael Jenkins.
By the way, how about this floater here? John Michael Jenkins giving up quite literally an entire foot. 5'9", 6'8".
Wow.
Floater up over the top. Cannot measure the heart of J.M. Jenkins. He's got a team high 4 already. As Hitson with a nice little offensive rebound. That foul's going to be on Grunenberger. His first, but already a team 5th.
Yeah, the foul trouble is not something you want to get into. But both of these teams can go relatively deep. I don't think, this is not like the College of Charleston NCA&T last night where you had 6 guys available for one team and 7 for the other.
Hitson knocks them both down. Saw John Pearson. We think his message was Scotty coming out of that media timeout. He called that early. And was it, let's just get J.M. involved.
J.M. Jenkins the ball. What are we?
Fired you up 5. That 3 brought to you by Mr. Sparky, America's on-time electrician. I told you.
Pearson's not happy about it. Let's see what we see here. Obviously, the shot went in, but it looks like it might have been called off.
So, no, the officials are saying basket counts, but a foul away from the basket.
Ball, yeah.
But with it being the 6th, it's going to send Pinewood already in the line for a 1-and-1. We'll make sure to get to the officials and make sure we get the proper foul.
He's coming over right now.
Yeah. As we fill you in, Itzen knocks down the first. He's now got 5, being informed by officials today. They've been so good for us all season. Scotty, you got an explanation?
Yep, he said three-pointer was good. There was a foul on the rebound. He didn't grab the number of who it was. He wasn't the one that called it. But we were right with what we said. It was a foul off the ball. Three-pointer. Yep, we're good.
Perfect.
And the nice thing about the referee, they want to make sure we're good to go as well. They want the low country community to know what happened.
Not even pandering. Our officials this year have been so spectacular from an explanation standpoint, allowing these guys to play. But hey, Scotty, this is a story you want to talk about. Itzen's going to take a quick breather with a minute and a half to play and checking in. Big number 11, Pascal. You got the scoop on it.
Yeah, this is an interesting story. His name is Pascal Ochieng. He is number 11 down there. He is the son of a Kenyan missionary. Yeah, his family came over as missionaries from Kenya for a couple of years, and Pat Itzen said he is an athlete. Yeah, he's learning the American basketball game a little bit, but other coaches who don't have scouting reports on him see him and just go, that guy is an athlete. So it's a really interesting story. Pat Itzen said, awesome kid, just a fantastic kid, and this is his first year doing it. I mean, literally his first year here.
He's 6'5", 175, and you watched him in warm-ups, you'd think that you were getting ready for a D1 game. And this dude's game has been nothing but D1.
Yeah,
Another one.
John Michael Jenkins is just filling up the scorebook in the first quarter here, already with 9 points.
On perfect shooting, he's a perfect 4 for 4 from the field. We saw the triple. He's got 9 of their 14. How does Pinewood slow it down? Paris winning 3. Great answer. He's now got 5.
Yeah, Case Paris. You know, when you're that size and you can take your game outside and have that kind of shot, like Pat said, you do have a future in basketball. You can kind of write your ticket.
Late whistle as Cato Miller gets to the right. Going to be bumped and fouled underneath. Looks like they got that on Trey Green. A little sophomore on sophomore crime. But here's the Paris 3.
Yeah, nice stroke right there. Keeps the ball high the whole time out. Really, really pretty stroke right there. Both coaches have had their... John Pearson is just leaning on the Gatorade bucket yelling right now. Pat Itzen just had his hands in his face. He had 2 coaches that are just... They're not upset at the ref, just frustrated, I think, at their team for a couple little ticky-tack fouls that they've taken early. But what a start. 16-15. There's JP.
Look at the face, man. Butler, a pillar all season. He told you, Scotty, one of those seniors that have been in this program for a long time, remembers those winning ways, trying to amplify the Cyclones back to another state championship. Slashing and Cato Miller jumping the passing lanes. Game clock at 15. He's going to be trapped.
There's
Kicks to
Emmanuel.
Jenkins.
Oh, look at the behind-the-back dribble.
Making it look easy. Corner 3, no good. Paris to Corral. Kicks it out into transition. Back and forth we go. Little sloppy.
Slauson just picked up a ticky-tack foul, and it absolutely was one.
And
that was it. And
points.
Pat Itzen is not happy, but that was happy. He grabbed him. He grabbed him right here.
Ticky-tack, but again, already into the bonus. Will send Cato Miller for his 3rd trip to the charity stripe today. He's going to have a guaranteed 2 in the double bonus. Sorry, my math was off. Doctor's Implants getting their money's worth here in this first quarter as Miller off the back iron.
Got to make your free throws. But, yeah, I mean, there's just a conversation going on with Pat. I don't think that's an argument. It's just more of a Pat Itzen saying, that was kind of ticky-tack.
Miller.
I think these 2 coaches can have those conversations with refs. They've earned that kind of respect in the area.
1 for 6 from the stripe
Let
for
it
Miller.
go.
So we got a half-court heave. Unlike last week, no magic for the half-court shot, but what a special first quarter as we're going to take the Pinewood Rock Band into our first quarter timeout. It's Knights Company's high school hoop driven by Cruz Chevrolet and the best band in the low country.
My name is Mike. I got hurt in a car accident here in South Carolina.
I saw the reviews for the Thumbs Up guys were great, so I decided to give them a call.
They were there to help me.
I had nothing to worry about.
It was just a blessing. Thank God I picked the right people.
Where are those Thumbs Up guys? What do we got?
Code 94, circuit breaker.
Let's break it down.
Susie's got dance recital, Kevin has midterms, Dan's trying to watch the game, and I'm just trying to make dinner.
Kevin! Flip the breaker!
We should take a look at that breaker.
Relieved of duty.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete. We're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served our communities. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies, excellence in concrete, built on family values.
You've got a friend in the used car business. Yes, you do.
Tons of local trades, nearly all makes and models, certified pre-owned car, Bravo certified, and make no payments till April with approved credit. Together, let's drive. CruiseChevrolet.com and Cruise Chevy on Rivers.
The Thumbs Up Guys, your personal injury attorneys, winning cases and winning your trust. Tonight's Thumbs Up Guys fan cam. Those Pinewood fans a roller coaster the first quarter, but man, this game has been as good as advertised through 8.
Yeah, it's exactly what we thought we would see, and we have seen. Man, when Kex Paris stands right next to you, he's a pretty tall dude. 6'7", I think.
Every bit of it. Nice head fake, kick to Slauson for a straightaway 3, no good, and a nice rebound from Dom. JMJ pushing in transition is kicked back to him. Pass to the corner, both teams sitting back in the zone. Slashing and finding, and what a start.
Not only did J.M. Jenkins obviously shoots at a ridiculously high clip, but he's always moving. He's constantly moving the play. He has great vision, but he's just always moving.
It's been a perfect start from the field from John Michael Jenkins. He's already up to 11. He is putting the team theoretically on his back. His Cato Miller wants in on the action. His first field goal good. Slauson on the other side trying to answer. Here comes Porter. Slauson finding a loose ball. They say his back out of bounds. And Porter down. This has been one heck of a response. You can just see the play of Jenkins so contagious throughout his teammates.
Yeah, he is the guy for them, and he's just impressive. I mean, because we saw him last year, and he was good, but he wasn't dominant like this. I mean, when he has the ball in his hand, he's got the fakes, he's got the speed, he's always setting picks, he can shoot. Just really, man,
this is getting stupid. This is getting stupid, folks. He's got 13, and I got goosebumps watching Jay compete tonight.
You know, the only player I can even think of that he reminds me from Porter-Gaud is Denim Wojcik a couple of years ago. Denim Wojcik could do that as well. And obviously, he went on to a great career at Harvard, and now he's in the portal looking for a new place to play. But J.M. Jenkins really reminds me, I mean, he's the only player that I can think of just that is that natural of a, point guard scorer.
Well, he's got 13 on a perfect 5 for 5 from the field, and Scotty looks easy. You want someone to be a clinical model. You're going to bring your kids to the gym. Have them come watch John Michael Jenkins. One dribble jumper good. 3's good. Get to the basket good. It's been a 3-level scoring night.
Nice rebound by Trip Itson in between 4 guys there.
That's a J. Mayo Alexander corner 3 to cut the deficit in half.
If you want to talk about compliments, what Pat Hinson said about Jaden Alexander. Pat Hinson, remember, has coached 35 years. That is a deep shot from Cato Miller, but Pat Hinson has coached here for 35 years. He has said Jaden Alexander, who we're looking at right here, is the best athlete he's ever coached. In 35 years, you're the best athlete. 5'7" guy, and he can dunk. He said, just athletics-wise, he's the best that I've seen. And that says a lot, because there's been some athletes here.
Junior guard, 5'8", 145 pounds. Leapability, the word that he used a couple times to you. As you're seeing this press from Pinewood starting to cause some problems. Not for J&J, 3 off the iron.
Finally missed the shot.
Missed one. But nice rebound, possession control.
There's a Trip Itson with the block.
Here's Trey Green on the other end.
Nicely done. You know, if he had gone up for the dunk, I think he was blocked. But holding it on for another couple seconds there, did a really nice job.
Trey Green helping pace the way. Deficit to 1. Ooh, kept alive right in front of the scores table.
Kept our
Sebastian
TV
Mendez.
alive there. That's big.
Our guy Mario the Red, he's one of the best in the business. He looked ready to rumble for us. As he's now missed 2 consecutive shots, but rebounding kept alive by Gruneberger. And if this is on Idson, this is going to be huge because it's a third, but let's take a look at the last clean block.
Yeah, there's Idson with the block. The average is 3 a game. And he's just a big body underneath, and he's a rim protector for them.
This is Wilson Gruneberger, the 6'2 junior forward, missing the first.
And there's Ochieng going to take Idson out of the game right there. And I'm excited to see Ochieng because, like Pat said, you don't know what you're going to see from him. You know, he's so athletic. You know, you might catch him out on the break and doing something that's pretty special.
This week is brought to you by Southeastern Spine Institute, helping people of all ages get back to their active lives. The question: how long will Tripp Idson remain dormant as she gets a careless turnover? But again, he's your big guy, he's your anchor defensively, and it's now with.
Well, yeah, he's not. I mean, he's not a great scorer, so I think. Now you're taking out all your size with Ochieng out as well. I guess you go to Arden Murray, and you know, I guess the one thing about Arden Murray, and this was an interesting comparison. There's J.M. Jenkins again. Here's a comparison. He compared Arden Murray to Vinnie Johnson, coming off the bench and giving you a scoring immediate spark. If that's the case, then yeah, let's see what he has to offer.
Gruneberger bringing a little bit of a spark off to the bench. Look at that block shot heading into the wall. Porter-Gaud fans on their feet.
Coming into the game for Porter is Nate Capel. He really wasn't on our scouting report, but he's a big guy.
Capel 6'4", 185 pounds. Porter-Gaud with the steal. Going a little bit of a zone at Pinewood.
Good hands there from Trey Green.
And on the other end, here comes Pinewood. Lost in the corner. Capel coming in, making a steal almost immediately. The depth being showcased so far through the first half.
I see Capel is kind of like the Adam Comer of Porter-Gaud.
I was going to say fan favorite. PG fans on their feet is. Take a look at Griffin Ferrari. He's got an early
corner here at Pinewood Prep.
Oh, good. Looking to bring the music is Trey Green in transition. Kicked out by Slauson. Alexander. 3 no good. Kept alive by Slauson and Capel with a nice board.
Slauson kind of took an odd fall there.
Here comes J&J. Folks, this is getting silly. He's got 16, 1 at 18. And he finds it through. No goaltending call, no problem. Floater no good.
J.M. Jenkins wants the, he wants the goaltend. That could have been a goaltend for sure.
Look at the big fella. Rumbling, stumbling is Arden Murray. He'll earn the trip to the free throw line. But we're going to take a breather with him out on the floor. We've reached our media timeout here in the second quarter. 3:40 to go. John Michael Jenkins wanted to lay. Kais Paris had other things in mind. Porter-Gaud holds on to a 5-point lead when we return.
From sun to storms, low country weather can change. Meteorologist Dave Williams. You can take me and the entire Storm Tracker weather team with you. Just scan this code with your mobile device now. Not only will the Storm Tracker weather app tell you what it'll be like next week, it'll get you up-to-the-minute information, including severe weather warnings, wherever you are, local weather from local people. The ABC News 4 Storm Tracker weather app.
Powered by the John Price Law Firm.
These are our neighbors. When one of our neighbors needs help, we want to be there for them. We want everyone that comes to our office to leave satisfied. Then we know we did our job. If you are a loved one or injured in South Carolina, call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
At Contract Exteriors, we transform homes. Imagine the possibilities. Make your home new again with our expert craftsmanship and top quality materials. From stunning decks perfect for family gatherings to sleek, energy-efficient windows that brighten your space, Contract Exteriors brings your vision to life. And with our wide selection of siding options, we ensure your home's exterior reflects your style. And here's the best part: no payments for 12 months. Contact us today to start your journey to a refreshed home. Contract Exteriors, your trusted partner for home transformations.
You've got a friend in the used car business.
Used cars, trucks, and SUVs, local trade-ins, 172-point inspection with great warranty options. No payments till April with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
It's Knights Company's high school hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. You take a look at the legend. He's first started coaching at Pinewood Prep in 1990. He's won 11 state championships with what he says is better half beside him, Miss Suzanne, married back in 1977. They have done it all here at Pinewood. And through just a quarter and a half, they trail by 5. But this basketball game, a roller coaster NASCAR up and down event would be an understatement.
Yep, Arden Murray at the line right now. He's the guy who he compared to Vinnie Johnson. And out of any NBA player, I don't think the Vinnie Johnson comparison was one I was expecting.
No, this is the first. Do you think Arden Murray knows who Vinnie Johnson is?
No way.
No shot.
No way he knows who Vinnie Johnson is. No.
Coach Hinton, the legend, looking at Arden Murray, his senior guard, going, you remind me just of Vinnie Johnson.
Vinnie Johnson from Vinnie Del Negro.
Maybe Vinnie Chase like the entourage coach. In and out from Murray, rebounded by Ferraro. And here comes J.M. Jenkins. 16 early points, add an assist to the total. Great cutting finish from Ferraro.
Yep, that's just a high IQ basketball play. Worked to perfection.
Those points of the break brought to you by Contract Exteriors, your local solution for siding, decking, windows, and door installation. Call Contract Exteriors. Call this Porter-Gaud defense, man. They've been all over the place.
They're in passing lanes.
Jenkins. 3 no good, and a big-time rebound from Trey Green. Trey Green does not look like a sophomore. As his rebound hopefully turning into points.
Over the back, and he got him again on the over the back. Let's take a look at that Griffin Ferraro basket right now. Nice Company's replay, and just a nice drive. Got right to the hoop.
Well, no look fine from Jenkins. So nice, had to see it twice, and here comes Miller on the other end. Clean block by Murray. These two teams not afraid of fast break transition buckets. That's Paris. He knocks down his second triple. He's up 3.
Paris has a really nice stroke. You know, Jonathan Slauson's kind of been quieted a little bit tonight, but he is able.
I was going to say, didn't know if it was a block or charge situation. Miller's going to earn his 4th trip to the line.
But here's the look right here. You see Slauson, nice look right into the corner for Kais Paris. Knocks down a pretty 3.
You know, coming into this one, there was only one man that John Michael Jenkins trailed in the assist category, and it was that guy, Jonathan Slauson, the junior guard at 6 foot, great vision, averaging 4.8 assists per game. That's a really nice wraparound find.
If you remember his uncle, Jalen Slauson, not like him at all. He's a big, you know, powerful guy up front court player. Had a great career here. He had a great career at Furman. Got drafted by the Sacramento Kings. Hung with them for a year. Ended up, I think, in Detroit and now in Orlando.
Miller knocks them both down. Much better trip to the line. He's now got 7 and a 6-point lead for the Cyclones. Yeah, Jalen Slauson, too. Remember, from college basketball fans, had that Furman team with the buzzer beater finish in the first round.
Yeah, beat Virginia down in Orlando.
You were in the building for that game, weren't you?
I was. College of Charleston, San Diego State was the next game on.
Not as good as Porter-Gaud Pinewood, though.
No. It wasn't as skis a pleaser.
No, sir. Ferraro's got the bucket picked by Slauson, and here comes Murray to slow things down. Dribble handoff, Slauson is slashing a floater off the glass. Sure, the bank's open at 9 o'clock on a Friday night. Jonathan Slauson averaging about 10, 3, 4, and 3. Doing what he does. Here's Jenkins doing what he does. Rattles in and out. Slauson going to be charged with the foul. That's his 2nd. And it's going to send JMJ, who's already got 16, to the line for 3 more.
Shots. That's not the guy you want to put on the line for 3.
An 86% free throw shooter this year. Again, my math's not great. Put it in, dude.
Yeah.
Free throws brought to you by Southeastern Spine Institute is John Michael Jenkins. Every once in a while, we know what we're talking about. This, a good old-fashioned broadcaster's jinx, but he was our player to watch for a reason. Small in stature, heart you can't measure, all those cliches. But this dude is just a straight-up ball player.
Yeah, he is. Got to be in great shape. The amount of running he does on the court is tremendous.
He said keeps that ball on his string. Is that rebound's going to be no good, but rebounded and kept it alive. And then Miss Capel finishes up.
Yeah. And there's Cato Miller with a definite foul. He kind of lost control of his body and went flying into him.
The fouls again. 14 fouls for Porter, 14 fouls for Pinewood.
Restarts each quarter here in high school.
Yeah, I was going to say, NBA Escaroos go straight to the double bonus. 7-point lead for the Cyclones. Minute 25 to play in the half. How about that behind-the-back move? Short corner. Oh, Jonathan Slauson.
As soon as I said he had a slow scoring night, here he is, just taking off.
It's a really pretty move. Wraps it behind his back. Step back, short range. Drills it. Miller to Capel. Jenkins back to Miller. Nice little left-handed finish. Gets into the chest. And he's going to draw the foul, the first on Pascal Ochin.
Take a look at that shot again from Jonathan Slauson right here. Fall away. Perfect.
Good defense. Better finish from Slauson.
Absolutely. Yeah, they just love his athleticism and his want to. He always wants to get better. He's so competitive, cares about it so much. Deep family history here at Pinewood Prep. I mean, the Slauson name, really almost synonymous with basketball in the town of Somerville. You talk about how many, Tom Slauson and Jalen Simon, there's been so many through the years. R.J. Slauson played for the Gamecocks now, coaching over at West Ashley High School. There's just been a bevy of Slausons between the schools here in Flowertown.
Jonathan's making sure all of our viewers on Sinclair Broadcast can know, hey, I'm up next. Here's Murray being guarded by Miller. Uses the pick and roll, wants the elbow jumper, no good, but how about the rebound?
That's the guy, Pascal Ochin. Student section loves it.
First year of organized basketball, he said it's slightly. Here's Miller and Green, the pair of sophomores. Ooh.
Great pass right there.
How pretty is this basketball? Such a good. Oh, look at the girl hitting the Pinewood is Amir Chisholm. Unable to gather.
Porter gathers it with 10 seconds here to set something up. Griffin Ferraro going to take it down court. It's stolen right back.
Ochin Alexander, here's the athlete you were talking about. Finger roll good.
Man.
Deficit to 2. Jenkins half court key. And what a half.
Great.
A 7-0 run to end the first half, Scotty. Bodies hit the floor. 50-50 balls won. Did we expect it?
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we wanted. And now we're even competing with, Metallica over there. Holy smokes.
It's Knights Company's High School served by Cruz Chevrolet. The sweet length of Jaden Alexander. The sweet tunes of the Pinewood Band. Takes us to our halftime report. See you on the other side, friends.
Ever wonder what it's like to work at Knights Companies? It's more than just a job. It's family. Here, you're not just another employee. You're a valued member of a team dedicated to excellence and innovation in concrete construction. We're united by our passion for building the future together. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build.
It becomes a harsh reality whenever you don't have a nice smile. It was a lot of my wife and myself trying to find somebody that was local that we could trust. Here's Doctor's Implant saying, hey, we got your back. Your life is going to change for the better. I can't stop smiling now. It feels great. It feels natural. It looks natural. Just do it. 100% it's worth it.
Call now to find out how full mouth dental implants could change your life.
Call now, 843-212-6752. Again, that's 843-212-6752.
Important news you need, summarized and delivered to you. Sign up for the ABC News 4 newsletter, working for you with the top stories and weather. Easy to find, all in one place. Sign up for the ABC News 4 newsletter today. Get the ABC News 4 app now. Instant alerts the second news breaks. Watch ABC News 4 anywhere. Download the ABC News 4 app now. Sponsored by the John Price Law Firm.
Welcome to the Mr. Sparky Halftime Report, America's on-time electrician.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's our favorite segment every week. Each week, the Thumbs Up guys are proud to highlight a scholar athlete from each participating school. The student selected will have an opportunity to win a $2,500 scholarship at the end of each season. Tonight's scholar athletes are first. From Pinewood Prep, it's our stud, Terrence Stallworth, with a 4.8 GPA. Terrence, the three-sport athlete, football, basketball, and track here at Pinewood Prep. He was an absolute monster, an all-region and all-state selection this year and last year on the gridiron. Congratulations to Terrence Stallworth with that 4.8 GPA, a very bright future on the field and in the classroom. Well, for Porter-Gaud, too, this is another guy that we have talked about at length this season. Griffin Ferraro, a stud with a 4.4 GPA. Griffin, he's been a 2-year starter on the varsity team, was team selected as a captain this year in the community, helped donate to the toy drive, works and volunteers at the Miracle League, and was also a camp counselor at 4 campsites.
We're talking scholar athletes right now with the Thumbs Up guys. And guys, what is happening at the Thumbs Up Law Firm these days? What's the biggest thing?
And we talk about what we're going to do in 2025. So, we're projecting, hiring more team and our presence in the community, getting into new markets. So we're really excited about, all the awards of last year, but putting that behind us and saying it's time to focus on 2025.
How important is it to keep giving back, especially to the students here in the area?
Oh, it's one of our pillars that we founded the company on. We wanted to make sure that we were helping people if they were injured, but also helping any other way we could. And that's boots on the ground helping, not just, cutting a check to an organization. We want to be as involved as we can be.
The Thumbs Up guys presenting sponsors of our scholar athlete. Looking forward to giving out that check at the end of the season.
We help people who've been hurt. If you are a loved one or injured in South Carolina, call us. We're those Thumbs Up guys.
What's next?
Code 12, flickering lights.
What if it's a ghost this time? Please enter. Definitely a ghost.
I've seen malarkey like this before. Classic bad wiring.
We got this. Thank you.
See, Pete, no ghosts.
Oh no, this place is totally haunted.
See, Jane? You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Cruise has certified pre-owned and local trade-ins, 172-point inspection, great warranties, and with approved credit, make no payments till April. Together, let's drive. Cruise Chevy on Rivers, CruiseChevrolet.com.
You've got a friend in the used car business. Yes, you do.
Welcome to the Mr. Sparky Halftime Report, America's on-time electrician.
And welcome back to It's and Jim here at Pinewood Prep. It's our educator spotlight time, joined now by the headmaster at Pinewood Prep, Mr. Dan Seiden, right beside me, I should say. Well, what a crowd, what an atmosphere, what a game. Let's brag on your school a little bit. What's going on here at Pinewood Prep?
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a great night, Sky. I appreciate being here. This is, it's been a great year. We have, honest to goodness, the best teachers in the business. They are very special. In education, it's all about surrounding young people with adults of character and substance, and we've got 119 of the best faculty you'll ever find. In a world where there's teacher shortages and educator burnout, it doesn't happen here. Our culture is something special, and it's really a calling more than a job for our teachers.
Especially when you've got teachers who are educating great kids, and it seems like you've got that.
Yeah, that means the world. We have something called character is everything. We leave a $100 bill out in the hallway underneath the honor code. I mean, anybody could potentially take it, but they don't, because they're young men and women of integrity, and you won't find that anywhere else in the country.
Which hallway is that in? I'm kidding. So when we're talking about athletics a little bit, state champions from Pinewood Prep football, Devontae Holloman, former Gamecock, former Dallas Cowboy. First, how did you get him? And number two, how has it been having him?
State champs has a nice ring to it. And I got to tell you, we're not done yet. We're just getting started with Devontae. I'm a big class facility, and the students came, the student athletes, and then the Messiah, Devontae Holloman. He is the real deal, a leader of men, and we're really excited for what the future holds. We're going to go up to 4A pretty soon, And I like to joke with my good friends at Hammond that they've got a target on their back, and we're coming for them. We're not joking around.
He's just getting started. Pat Idson on the other end of his career, but the best that there ever was in South Carolina. What has Pat brought to this school?
What has he brought? He's built the school. Quite honestly, we didn't even have a football program. I mean, Pinewood was Pat Edson, and it was built on his back. I mean, this is a gentleman of the highest order, and in a world, I think, where recruiting can be a little bit slimy, and there's AAU ball and travel ball, if you want to send your son to play for somebody, when you talk about strength, stability, and character, you come to Pinewood Prep and you play for Pat Edson. That's what he's all about.
Awesome. That's Daniel Seiden, the headmaster here at Pinewood Prep, our educator spotlight. And boy, do we have a heck of a second half coming your way right after this.
Here we go.
We'll be back with more of the Mr. Sparky Halftime Report.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete. We're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served us in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies, excellence in concrete, built on family values.
What do we got?
Code 27, freezer failure.
Sounds like a cold case.
The freezer's not freezing, and Timmy's party's today.
What's with the igloo?
Can't have a pool party without popsicles, right, honey?
I'll check the breaker.
Here's your problem. Fried circuit.
Best not to overload your outlets.
All set.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
I'm Dr. Timothy Gregory with Coastal Wound Care. Are you living with a diabetic or chronic wound? A wound that won't heal can lead to serious problems, even amputation. At Coastal Wound Care, we provide the most up-to-date treatments, including negative pressure, compression therapies, and skin substitutes. As a physician-run private practice, we prioritize your needs, providing the time and attention you deserve. Our dedicated team is here for you. We offer next-day appointments, making your recovery as seamless as possible. Call Coastal Wound Care now and start healing.
Welcome to the Mr. Sparky Halftime Report, America's on-time electrician.
Welcome you back into the Mr. Sparky Halftime Report. It's in Gymnasium, it's Pinewood, it's Porter. As we take a look at some of these highlights, Jonathan Slauson got things started on his end. He poured in 6 points, 3 boards, and 3 assists. But this dude was a one-man wrecking crew. John Michael Jenkins finished with 17 in the first half, including that floater over a 6'8" dude. Didn't matter if it was in the paint, in the mid-range, or three-point lane. It was all JMJ all first half.
This year, him, Potts, Brown on Goose Creek. I'm just trying to think of the dominant performances that we've seen. He is up there with those guys from Goose Creek that we saw. I mean, there's not many players who have been more efficient than he is.
See a mid-range jumper, this and kick out 3 to Jaden Alexander. That wing 3 helped cut it to 5, but then another big run. I saw the block by Idson. Panthers out in transition. This was Trey Green. He had 7 that first half.
Yeah.
The stellar sophomore was though trumped by another triple by JMJ.
Yeah, JMJ, and this play for Griffin Ferraro, our Scholar Athlete of the Week. A nice, pretty lay-in for him. Jalen Slauson, or keep calling him Jalen. Nice. Jonathan Slauson. Nice kick out there to Case Paris, and looking good. The Pinewood Prep Panthers coming back. Only a 2-point lead for Porter-Gaud at the half. I cannot wait for this Skiza second half action.
Well, don't go anywhere. When we finish up, Mr. Sparky's halftime report comes to a conclusion, and we got 2 more quarters of basketball when we come back.
We'll be back with more of the Mr. Sparky Halftime Report.
When I was pulling out of the gas station, another truck ran into me. I saw the reviews for the Thumbs Up guys were great, so I decided to give them a call. They always kept me updated on what's going on. I had nothing to worry about.
If you've been hurt, call us. We're those Thumbs Up guys.
Ever wonder what it's like to work at Knights Companies? It's more than just a job, it's family. Here, you're not just another employee. You're a valued member of a team dedicated to excellence and innovation in concrete construction. We're united by our passion for building the future together. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build.
I'm Dr. Timothy Gregory with Coastal Wound Care. Are you living with a diabetic or chronic wound? A wound that won't heal can lead to serious problems, even amputation. At Coastal Wound Care, we provide the most up-to-date treatments, including negative pressure, compression therapies, and skin substitutes. As a physician-run private practice, we prioritize your needs, providing the time and attention you deserve. Our dedicated team is here for you. We offer next-day appointments, making your recovery as seamless as possible. Call Coastal Wound Care now and start healing.
You've got a friend in the used car business. Yes, you do.
Tons of local trades, nearly all makes and models, certified pre-owned car, Bravo certified, and make no payments till April with approved credit. Together, let's drive. CruiseChevrolet.com and Cruise Chevy on Rivers.
Our Mr. Sparky's halftime report comes to conclusion. It's Knights Company's high school hoops. Driven by Cruise Chevrolet, Jack Lawrence alongside Scotty Osberg. If the second half is anything as good as the first, we've got a treat on hand for you. As this is Butler going right at Charleston, and Porter-Gaud wasting no time on the attack. Flonger, and the young man with 3 fouls, is already causing problems in the paint. Itson, one crowded board, 2 blocks.
Griffin Dahm, that's what John Pearson has urged us to know, that this team, he is a glue that sticks them together, and he's just gotten so much better. If Dahm can match up with Itson there down low, maybe get him another foul picked up, then Porter-Gaud could be in a good spot. Itson is just a relentless rebounder. He's just got to get one to go.
Relentless is J&J. The transition over that one. It came out of nowhere. Wow. Trey Green flying in transition.
And Green altered that shot as well.
Offensive glass has been a problem so far for Porter-Gaud. Can't capitalize. How about this layup? Still no points to show for it, but the acrobats on both sides have been spectacular.
What a first minute of the second half right there. Holy, that block right there by Trey Green. What a block. I thought JMJ was in with an easy lay-in.
He blocks, get out on the other side, and Trey Green comes out of nowhere.
He came out and he flew.
Because this is a sophomore, and the other sophomore. Mid-range jumper no good from Cato Miller. Itson with a wide open look.
Griffin Dahm on the block of Trip Itson.
Pins it off the glass. Jenkins to Butler. Butler's a sharpshooter. Gets Itson up the air. And an and one finish. How about this? Back and forth.
You can just, you want it more when it's against this team. Whichever one you are here, let's take a look at that one. Butler driving. Looks a little like Bryce Butler from last year, yeah?
Bryce Butler, a former CFC Cougar, actually played on the USA 3v3 FIBA team. High praise for the senior forward, Banks Butler. He picked up 2 fouls in that first half, saw limited time. But Butler, a captain on this team. JP told you, he's money in the bank. You know what you're going to get out of Banks at night in and night out. That's a great head fake.
I believe there was a pun intended on when he said that. Money in the bank. I think he did that as a joke.
There's Jenkins working against Slauson. Kicks it to the wing for Arnold. Good, but Butler.
Wow.
Cashes in a board. How about an assist? 2 won't find it. As Miller misses and Itson picks up with Paris. Paris to Slauson. Back to the mitts.
Devontae Holloman's looking at that one from the scorer's table saying, you know what? Our wide receivers, they don't let that one through their hands.
And both of these teams so disciplined in how they want to attack the other. And it almost feels like the playbook reads the same.
Yeah.
On every miss, it's a get out and go so far.
No doubt it is a get out and go. And both teams just crash the board so hard.
There's Itson underneath. Defending Butler. Come on. Next Butler. Mid-range in the face of the defense. Drills it.
You know, JMJ picks up a lot of the headlines, but Butler picks up a lot of the much-needed points. Ooh.
Ooh. Upset with a no call. Let's see if Porter can't take advantage. Ferraro.
3-ball, big time.
This thing getting a little tense in its arena.
Yeah. That's an 11-point lead. That escalated quickly quickly for Porter-Gaud.
That's a 9-0 run to start the Hudson. Got tangled up with Banks Butler. Pearson wanting to push, but Farrar said no worries. 4 on 5, I'll take care of it.
Yeah, it is getting intense. I think, Slauson ended up on the floor down there. He wanted something called, I saw Trip Igson end. I mean, there's just guys all over the floor. Tight beatbox gym. Now the student section's going at it, yelling at each other. I mean, this is what you want. It's great rivalry basketball. It's all in good spirit. It's just a really hard-fought game. Two teams laying it all out on the line. Right now, Porter-Gaud, though, that 9-0 run is going to really, Pinewood's now going to have to chip away at that a little bit.
You remember in that last matchup, it was a 66 to 60 at Porter-Gaud. It's something they'd mentioned before this one to me. It just felt like late. They've got the veterans and what it takes to win in those winning moments.
And there's no lack of confidence from either team. I mean, heck, I like Pinewood's principal at the half saying, Hammond, we're coming for you. Nothing like principals throwing shade at the half.
Say less. Here the sophomores going to battle. It's Green, it's Miller. Nice crossover is Green in and out. Can't get the triple to go.
Pinewood, they're a streaky shooting team. They got to get on a run. They got to get on a heater right now. They come out of the gate and this is...
They're a 34% three-point shooting team, averaging about 64 points per game. Well on that mark. But can they slow down the offensive prowess? That is Porter-Gaud. Butler getting the paint. Thought he was bumped, no good. Slauson wasting no time. Behind the back dribble and hand out to Alexander. Porter straightaway three. They need it. He got it.
And just imagine, when these guys are seniors, having played in moments like this as freshmen and sophomores, just that experience will be tremendous for them.
They don't look like freshmen and sophomores as Paris is going to be fouled by Miller. That's going to be Miller's second. It feels like every time down we get a flexing, screaming student athlete ready to rumble. How about this ball move from Pinewood? Ends with a Paris triple. Deficit cut to 8. We'll take our first media timeout. It's Knights Company's High School Hoops driven by Crew Chevrolet. Don't go anywhere.
From sun to storms, low country weather can change at a moment's notice. I'm ABC News 4 Chief Meteorologist Dave Williams. You can take me and the entire Storm Tracker weather team with you. Just scan this code with your mobile device now. Not only will the Storm Tracker weather app tell you what it'll be like next week, it'll get you up-to-the-minute information, including severe weather warnings, wherever you are, local weather from local people. The ABC News 4 Storm Tracker weather app.
Powered by the John Price Law Firm.
My name is Mike. I got hurt in a car accident here in South Carolina. A good friend of mine told me to call the Thumbs Up guys. They weren't there for a quick buck or quick money. They were there to help me. It was just a blessing. Thank God I picked the right people.
Call us. We're those Thumbs Up guys.
When you come home, do you love what you see? You will when you choose Hardy Siding from Contract Exteriors. Only Hardy products are engineered for climate. They're specifically designed to stand up to the heat, humidity, and hurricanes of South Carolina, helping ensure your home stays looking beautiful for years to come. Discover your perfect homecoming by visiting contractexteriors.com. When it's time to re-side, come home to something better.
You've got a friend in the used car business.
Used cars, trucks, and SUVs, local trade-ins, 172-point inspection with great warranty options. No payments till April with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
The Thumbs Up guys, your personal injury attorneys, winning cases and winning your trust. Miller, Dawson, Siegel, and Ward. That fan cam brought to you by those said attorneys. We had a chance off in between halftime. It's in a gym. I don't want to speak for him. He's been doing this for 35 years. He's one of the best in the business, clearly. This feels like one of the best environments we have been in this season.
And I can't wait to end our season back where we started at West Ashley when you talk about great atmospheres, because that one's going to be an all-time.
A chance to win a Legion championship, West Ashley, Somerville, next Tuesday, February 11th. We'll see you there. But we still got about 11 minutes to play here and a whole lot to settle. Legion implications on the line without question. Has Trey
Green.
a sophomore. As we've got Butler crashing into the Pinewood bench.
Getting the pick from the ref there.
I was going to say, whose turnover is that on? Is John Michael Jenkins.
Man, that floater is pretty. He has just mastered that kind of one-handed floater.
Make it 19 from John Michael Jenkins after the turnover on the other end. Pinewood down by 10. Green says, don't worry.
You know, Trey Green coming over from, I can imagine what he would do at the 5A level. I mean, this is play that would really have had an effect at the 5A level.
Trey Green, just a sophomore, playing with the veteran prowess of a senior.
You would think Brad Dowles would love to have him at Ashley Ridge.
He's probably hearing us going, no comment, Scotty. Jump ball is Miller, and
it's going to Pinewood.
Ochieng get wrapped up. Possession heading the other way. It's at the scorer's table looking to check back in with those 3 fouls. So this feels like a real crucial moment. 2:30 before the fourth quarter. Yeah. It's a 9-0 run from Porter to start the half.
Yeah, the big 3 from Paris to stop the bleeding there. Trey Green's just kind of bringing that energy. A couple big block shots, that great layup just now. But I feel like he's got the ability to explode.
He feels like another guy that in 2 years we're going to be going on a signing day.
Leading scorer for them this year. And
nice block by Itzen.
Got 11.
They say he didn't break that 90-degree plane. Porter-Gaud furious. Itzen already his 4th block tonight.
Yeah, I mean that's what he does. I mean, this is if you're coming here looking to find Chuck Itzen the second, you're not going to find him. He is a very different player.
Great look, great head fake, one dribble, get to the spot, a rare miss from Jenkins.
Finally going to slow it down. We haven't seen a team kind of slow it down and go into the half court at all.
I believe our keys brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet was get up and go. I didn't know we were going to get up and stay on go. That's how about that move? Nice head fake from Itzen, but one he wishes he had back. Here comes Butler in transition, will turn and slow on his end. Little wraparound. Tipped in. How about the athleticism from Gruneberger?
Gruneberger out of nowhere.
The 6'2" forward playing above the rim.
Yeah,
nice move by Butler.
He's giving him some really tough minutes, and you see exactly what they're saying when they say, we didn't expect anything out of him, but we're getting something where we need him now.
Well, they expected this out of Trey Green. Trey Green cuts the deficit to 6. And yeah, that's right, folks. He's got 13.
13 for Trey Green.
And a 6-0 run on his own.
Yeah, he has been, when they need the bucket, they're going to Trey Green.
This is Butler right here on that little up and under. Great touch, but look at Gruneberger to hang time.
Yeah, really, really nice play by Gruneberger. And, I love that he's got that story. Like, look, I didn't even know if I'd be on he had to make the team. He made the team and just consistently showed that he can do it, can do it. And this is, as big of a spotlight as you're going to get in the low country, and he has absolutely stepped up when they've needed him. Dom's kind of been up and down, but Gruneberger is, he's not a huge guy at all to be playing in the post, but he's certainly tough enough.
6'2", great strength. JP said insane athlete. That's why he made this team, but maybe it's kind of his prowess of always being around the basketball, battling amongst the 6'8" front court player, and Itzen.
Yeah, if 6-point lead right now for Porter. Pinewood definitely does not feel out of it at all. You feel like they're ready to get on that shooting heater. They haven't gotten on that real heater shooting yet from the outside. A lot of the points here in the second half have been kind of slashes from Trey Green.
There's Butler to Jenkins being guarded by Alexander. Pinewood sitting back in a bit of a zone. That looks like actually going. They're still in that zone. Just a little bit of an odd there. They see how far back they're sitting on Gruneberger. He gets to the mid-range. Jumper no good. Rebounded by Slauson. There's 40 to go here in the third. Green flying through. That's been a battle all night between he and Miller. That'll be Kato Miller's third. Should be in the act and shoot it. I'm actually going to say it's on the floor. I thought it was going to be in the motion. You'd be the judge at home.
Let's take a look at it right here. Now, yeah, I get the landing.
Butler kicks to Ferraro. Defense turns the offense, and Griffin Ferraro stays fuego from behind Young.
He's got 11, 3 3-pointers for Ferraro on the night. Oh, nice play by Slauson, but that high floater didn't go, but what a dribble to get him there.
And that Porter's going to have the last shot of the quarter. Jenkins will slow. He wants the ISO with Jenkins.
Yep, that's the guy I want against Alexander here.
He's got to use the screen from Gruneberger. Kicks to the corner. Find that man. 3 no good from Griffin Ferraro. As the band begins to play, throw your fours up. We got 8 minutes to play. Who will remain in the driver's seat in Region 6 of the 3A level? What a ball game here from Pinewood Prep.
These are the people of South Carolina. These are our neighbors. And when one of our neighbors needs help, we want to be there for them. A lot of people don't know what to do after a car wreck. That's what we're here for. Call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
I had 7 cracked teeth and 2 failing crowns. I wanted what restaurant we're going to. I just feel more positive about life in general. I wish I'd done it sooner, but I'm so glad I finally did it.
Call now to find out how full mouth dental implants could change your life.
Call now, 843-212-6752. Again, that's 843-212-6752.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete, we're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served our communities. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies, excellence in concrete, built on family values.
Cruise has certified pre-owned and local trade-ins, 172-point inspection, great warranties, and with approved credit, make no payments till April. Together, let's drive. Cruise Chevy on Rivers, CruiseChevrolet.com.
You've got a friend in the used car business. Yes, you do.
It's Knights Company's high school hoops, all driven by Cruise Chevrolet. It was a 9-0 run to start the 3rd quarter for that man's unit. John Pearson in his 18th season at the helm. We talked about it briefly in the open, but coaching the likes of Chris Middleton, Aaron Neesmith, Josiah James, Jake Langley is stuck with Yale. This guy has coached some of the best in the area. Not in the area, but in the entire Palmetto State.
I mean, Aaron Neesmith is an elite player when he's healthy in the NBA right now. But I love that JP is just so close to all of them. When you watch the NBA, the championship game, the final game, and Chris Middleton wins it all, and there on national TV right next to him is John Pearson up in Milwaukee's awesome.
3 no good as it's in the corral, looks to kick it out immediately. And you're starting to see that get out and go mentality. Starting to burn both of these squads as Jenkins, sweet no look fine. Aggressive finish. How about good? Has Wilson Gruneberger been tonight? Very quality minutes coming off the bench.
And beaten him several times, but there's Trey Green again. And is that another game that Tim Fennell just got nailed in behind the basket? And here's JMJ. And Gruneberger literally was just playing above the rim. I mean, that's...
How about Jonathan Slauson crashing him up?
Did he give him the thumbs up?
There we go. We got a little thumbs up right here. We're good to go. Yeah. The thumbs up guy of North Austin Siegel one getting their money's worth.
He's the 5th attorney in the group.
Well, in about 10 years, we're going to be broadcasting him playing on this hardwood. But
no doubt about it. That's
he
awesome.
shrugs it off. He said, it's in gymnasium, maybe not huge in size, but it is packed to the teeth tonight. I got Tim Fennell on the cam underneath the basket. That is the 3 games in a row he's got smoked.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Pretty crew we have brought to you every Friday and Tuesday night, the rain of the year.
Got to try to keep this in single digits if you're Pinewood Prep.
Butler keeps it alive somehow. Pinewood's starting to run this motion offense a bit. There's Alexander starting to face guard Jenkins, doing anything they can to slow down the crafty senior guard. It's been a lot of Butler in the second half, and he's delivered.
He's been very good. You know, Jenkins hasn't scored a whole lot in the second half. Butler has picked up the scoring and been very good right as they get it to double digits. Pat Edson going to call a timeout and talk things over right now.
Maybe a wise timeout because they have taken Jenkins out of the game. He's got 19. Remember, it was 17 at the half, so just 2. But Banks Butler, all 6 of his points coming here in the second half.
Yeah, Butler has been really impressive. And you know what the thing about Butler is he, when he drives, you have to guard him in the perimeter because you know he can shoot so well. He's able to drive and get some balls, right up close, high percentage shots.
I've been really impressed with his body control around the basket. It just seems that he gets smashed all the time. When I say smash, we're clashing helmets on Sunday. Make sure to go check out Super Bowl carry. Scott, I'll let you explain
still have time and just, hit that QR code and give money to those who need it. There are a lot of people that go hungry right now, and you want them all to have food, especially children out there. So if you can, donate. Thais Paris, 2 on the inside.
Paris up to 13. Student sections getting loud as the points in the paint have stayed loud all night in that category. With Slauson a little overzealous.
Yeah, Slauson got a little frustrated there.
He's going to have to play smart. He's so crucial to what they do on both sides of the floor. Take another look at that little lefty floater from Paris.
And nobody wants to beat Porter more than he does. And he knows this rivalry inside and out.
Slauson does have 4 fouls now. 5:50 to play. Coach Itzon's going to leave him on the floor. Trust that he won't pick up that 5th and final. There's Jenkins. Picks up the dribble. Back to Butler. So that defense into the chest. Worn out at half court is not letting Jenkins anywhere. As Gruneberg going back to work. Look at the hang time. Whistle.
Trey Green not happy about that foul, but it's only 2 on him, but it's going to send Porter to the line. He wanted the clean block on it. Let's take another look. And close, but not.
I think he gets him on that follow through, yeah. That's his second, team second here in the 4th as Miller will check back in for Sebastian Mendez for Porter. Gruneberger at the line. We talked about how good his minutes have been off the bench. His 5 points, chance to make it 6 and 7. And brought to you by Southeastern Spine Institute. Drills the first.
Didn't see him being the name we would be saying so much tonight, but Gruneberger, he's basically their 7th or 8th guy typically, and he has just played really good quality minutes.
I think that was their way, maybe from a schematic standpoint, to slow down Trip Itzon. They've thrown Dom at him, they've thrown Capel at him. But listen, Gruneberger getting a hand here in the 4th.
Seems to have the most success.
Paris mid-range jumper, no good off the back iron. And here's
Great
Slauson.
play by Slauson, great play.
Finds Paris. Paris up in the air. They blow it dead, but you're seeing both of these teams rebound, turn, immediate outlet pass.
Yep.
And right now, defensively, they've made the adjustment.
They have, and that was, Slauson is a smart player. He knows this game inside and out. Really good play right there. Maybe they made one extra pass right here. Thais Paris maybe goes up with that one, tries to get fouled, but you can't second guess that now. There's Trey Green.
Slauson down to Itzon. Itzon going to go work against Gruneberger. Gets to the left, turn around jumper, drops open. Yes, sir, great move from Itzon.
Yep, getting it down to single digits again. 9-point game, 4.5 to go.
Itzon's now got 6. Picked up a couple of early fouls that has had him on the bench. Young man, it's out of an 8 and 8. As John Michael Jensen's hide behind the screen, no good and boarded by Green. Slauson in transition.
Big time 3. Big time player. Make big time plays in big time games. And look at Tony Bulford, Pat Itzon's trusty assistant for 25 years. He was pumped about that one.
The gamble. Slauson picks up his 4th. Itzon goes, nah, I'm cool. I'm going to let him stay.
Yep.
It pays dividends. Here's the sophomore on the other end. Into the chest of Paris. Itzon beside himself. That's going to be the 3rd foul on Paris, and will send Porter back to the line. Here's the 3 right here, though, Sky. Slauson in transition, and such a pretty stroke.
Yeah, it really was. Nice bucket there. 6-point game.
Gruneberger will get a breather as Griffin Dom checks in. Standing low for Gruneberger. Porter-Gaud fans that made it away. At 26, excited about the efforts of Gruneberger as Miller knocks it down.
Pretty cool. You know, we keep talking about Idson and Pearson. Both of them have had their top in years. Isn't that incredible? Like, to be with your guy. I mean, you talk about knowing, being on the same page. To have 2 decades with the same assistant coach.
And think, too, you add a guy like Travis Smith, who's now the head coach at James Allen. The tenure, the loyalty of these staffs.
Yep. And that was brutally tough for him to make that decision to leave JP. And Trip Idson with another big bucket down low.
Told you, he's a walking 8-8, dang near double-double guy. They just keep feeding the big fella.
Yep. And he'd have more if he wasn't in foul trouble early.
It's been smooth customer as Jenkins, as smooth as it comes. That butter. John Michael Jenkins making 21. Salson. Lost the handle.
On it. He's looking for a foul. There wasn't a foul. He just lost the handle. Sweaty ball.
This is a huge moment in the game for Pinewood. The next dead ball will be a timeout. Can they wait that long?
Courtesy of us.
Yeah, sure. Jenkins working on Alexander. Idson can't get there, and Don's first basket pushes the lead to 10.
Man, 6 to 10 went really quick. And now it could be even more.
Here come the Cyclones into the chest of Paris. No good. Ball trickles out of bounds, and Jenkins comes away with it.
We've had several of those who are, plays tonight where the ball is loose and bodies are flying everywhere.
Jenkins, floater.
Patented. Just right in the pattern for that already. Holy cow.
23 from J.M. Jenkins. Largest lead of the game.
And he got the foul on Butler there. That's going to be 3 shots for Trey Green.
A 12-point lead for the Cyclones with 2.5 time. Does the home squad have a big run in them? We'll find out when we return.
When it comes to breaking news, information impacting your family, and exclusive content, News 4 is the Lowcountry's #1 source on social media.
News 4 knows sometimes you get your news first from here. That's why it's important we're on social media. Download the News 4 app and sign up for our text alerts.
Plus, get our certified most accurate forecast in the palm of your hand with our Storm Tracker 4 weather app.
Providing content from anywhere. Trust News 4 is working for you.
Ever wonder what it's like to work at Knight's Companies? It's more than just a job. It's family. Here, you're not just another employee. You're a valued member of a team dedicated to excellence and innovation in concrete construction. We're united by our passion for building the future together. Join us at Knight's Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build.
What's next?
Code 55. Ceiling fan.
Fantastic.
With a broken ceiling fan, I've had to improvise.
We can just fix your fan.
Yeah, that might work better.
All set.
Thanks.
Oh, look, honey, for outdoor use only.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Well, it was a 6-0 run from the Cyclones that has got our thumbs up guys fan cam a little bit gloomier than we've seen all evening, but go blue. Chants have reigned in. It's in a gymnasium all night long. But down 12, 2.5 to play. But they do have 3 Trey Green free throws to cheer about as they return to play.
Big 3 free throws right now. You've got to knock these down. These are free points for you if you can get them.
The man that has led this program to 11 state championships in his 35-year run. He's got more wins than anyone in the state of South Carolina. He's got about 2.5 to play. Can be done. A tall task. But John Michael Jenkins, who had 17 in the first half, went quietly for really the last 8 to 10 minutes of gameplay. 3 floaters a row. He's up to 23. He's been the X factor.
Trey Green has been really good for Pinewood tonight. He's always playing above the rim. He's super athletic, emotional leader. He's hit some big shots. I think he's going to be a really good player over the next couple of years in the Lowcountry. 15 points on the night for Trey.
16 after that last free throw. He makes it 17 after this. You're talking about a sophomore at 6'1", $175. physically so mature. His IQ has really slowed down throughout this, or excuse me, the game has slowed down as his IQ has risen.
Yep.
15, 6, 2, and 3, like the kid is all over the field. He knocks down all three, make it 18, and deficit back to 9. Pinewood showing a little press. They trap Jenkins. Slauson picks it off. He misses it. Put that good.
Itzen again.
Itzen's got 10, and that's a quick 5-0 run for the Panthers. Exactly what they needed out of the timeout.
Man, Itzen has been fantastic down the stretch here.
Here's another trap at the top as Jenkins crosses half court. Butler will slow things down and kick back out to Jenkins. See a little four corners-esque offense right now from Porter-Gaud as they have slowed this game down.
Yep, that's what the JMJ could have taken it in if he wanted it, but they're going to slow it down right now.
Ferraro with a wide open three. He's only got 3 tonight. Doesn't even take it.
And look how calm John Pearson is on the bench. He knows this is in his team's hands.
Oh, man, early shot from Don. It's going to be blocked by Paris. Paris in transition. Head fake from Slauson. Slauson,
Big-time play for Slauson.
Jonathan Slauson, make it 11. The steal on the other side.
I think it's just cramps for Trey Green. I think it's just cramps. I see them rubbing the leg. I think it's just cramps. They called the game right there for Trey, but it looks like it's just cramps, not an injury.
I was going to say, away from the basket, we saw the block on one end.
But that was a great play right there by Slauson, that floater. That gets it to 5 points.
Jonathan Slauson, the do-it-all guy, as Trey Green is back to his feet.
It's cramps, but he has been just absolutely working tonight. Absolute work.
So a 7-0 run in the last 51 seconds of game play.
That's wild.
I mean, it felt like the game was out of wraps.
The press was big, the kind of the stopping them at the rim there, and then Trip Itzen and Jonathan Slauson did 2 big buckets.
What allows, that injury timeout allows Pinewood to get into that press as Itzen's over the ball. Here comes the press in the corner. Ferraro's going to be trapped. Cross-court pass to Dom. Dom's going to be fouled immediely by Arden Murray.
I think Dom is probably their weakest free throw shooter. They had an opportunity to get him, and that's what they did. Because, right, 5-point game, obviously they're going to slow it down, taking the air out of the ball. You gotta get the ball back. But, I think Itzen told him if it's Dom, then get him on the line.
This is where the scouting report becomes so crucial.
Yeah, you don't want to put JMJ on the line.
Here's Griffin Dom, the senior forward.
Griffin Dom just told him, you want to put me on the line.
There you go. Dom now's got 3 is again. Calm, cool, collected as John Pearson as he peers in. A 6-point lead. 61% free throw shooter on the season is 50% tonight. Dom, ISO's names. Up to 4. Porter-Gaud shooting section is static. Lead back to 7. Panthers got to go fast. Pierce picks up his dribble. Great defense from Butler.
I think that scoreboard is wrong. I think Porter has 66.
Itzen wants a putback. Paris comes flying in. J&J controls, and that ball's poked loose. They wanted to travel, they won't get it. Trapped at the top, Ferraro back to Jenkins, and Porter-Gaud gonna get a quick timeout. Yeah, it should be at 7, right?
Yeah.
Should be 66-59. We get timeout. It's going to be it should be a full timeout. As John Pearson making the argument that we are over here as well. That second free throw should have made it a 7-point game, making it a 3-possession ball game.
Yep.
Now with a minute 3, now you have to play the free throw game.
And they're going over it with Devontae Holloman right now at the score desk.
What a basketball game. This has been tightly contested. Pinewood almost immediately to get it back to 5, and now Porter-Gaud, if they can knock down some free throws, will move to 7-0 region play.
Yeah, it's just been a really well-played game. Every run has been stopped. A counter run. That's what you want in a high school basketball game. And guys playing super hard. Obviously, Trey Green cramping up because he's been running so hard. I don't know if he's been out of the game yet tonight. He's been phenomenal. Trip Itzen, dealing with foul trouble, but he's been outstanding down the stretch. He's always got his hand in there. Either just...
Comes the trap. J&J dribbles out of it. Here's Miller to Ferraro. Here comes another trap. Got a foul for Pinewood as the game clock down to 50. Itson will found Jenkins in the corner. That'll be his fourth. And Jenkins, without question, the best free throw shooter for this Porter-Gaud team, will head to the line. He's already got 23. He'll have a chance to make it 25, which will be a season high. Free throws brought to you by Southeastern Spine Institute, helping all ages get back to their active lives. Is a rare miss on the front end from Jenkins. Amir Chisholm to check in from Don.
Amir Chisholm, pure athlete for John Pearson. He loves him just as an athlete.
Jenkins misses both. Great break for the Panthers if they can rebound off the free throw. They kick out to Ferraro. Paris will foul Butler. And another trip to the charity stripe. That feels like a dagger, maybe the final nail in the coffin.
That might be 5 on Paris. Is that 5 on Paris?
I believe it's, yeah, just the fourth, I believe, if it is on Kais Paris. He now and Itson will have 4. Banks Butler, who's got 6 points, all coming in the second half. He has been so big on both sides of the floor.
Porter-Gaud is giving every opportunity to Pinewood now, missing 3 straight free throws.
Every opportunity wouldn't be imaginable without our promotional consideration. Knights Company, Khrushchevi, thumbs up guys, Southeastern Spine, Marquis Dental, Disrespect the Contract Exteriors, and All-American Awards. They make sure that we can go on air every night. Cannot thank them enough for allowing us to tell these student-athlete stories. We got a story on hand as Paris wants a 3. And it feels like...
Might be a Porter win on this one. It's kind of slipping away from Pinewood. You can tell on Paris' shot there, the adrenaline was kind of high. Man, look at JMJ.
This feels like the Globetrotters. Jenkins dribbling around.
Yeah,
the Panthers trying to foul.
They couldn't get to him.
Couldn't get to him. The night that it was John Michael Jenkins. He's got 23. And if this wasn't indicative of what we saw, I don't know what was.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, he is literally like, I don't even like Wile E. Coyote. I don't know what you say. He's like, just nobody is anywhere close to him. He's on a different speed level. He's making cuts like J.J. Flood on the football field.
An 8-point lead with 15:5 to go. Feels like the clock has struck midnight. Maybe the final nail in the coffin for Pinewood. What a valiant effort. They had not only throughout this ballgame, that first half so tightly contested, but it was that 7-0 run coming out of that break from the 2:26 mark to the 1:20 mark, and just did not have enough down the stretch. As it appears, Porter-Gaud will have the ability to go back-to-back region champions.
Still undefeated in region play. Pinewood Prep losses to Porter-Gaud. But you know what? It all starts over again when you get up to Sumter and you play the tournament. It's an interesting thing in Skiza when you all go to one place that they take home court advantage out of it in Skiza ball. And here's the final.
Game clock at 10. They go back to Itson. Itson out to Alexander. Deep 3. Off the glass. Too strong. Ferraro the rebound. And the game clock will find triple zeros. Porter-Gaud on the back of 25 from John Michael Jenkins. John Pearson in his 18th season. They'll move to 16-5. 7-0 in region. Calm, cool, collected, go shake hands. We'll celebrate later. What a win from the Cyclones.
Yeah, really good performance by them. You can see why they're going to be a trouble team for a lot of others. They're going to be a tough out in Sumter. Granted, you can go up against, I think Heathwood Hall's pretty good this year up in the Midlands. There are several teams that are good, but I mean, if JMJ is doing what he did tonight, they're going to give any team trouble.
Don't forget Pinewood out. This is a really good ball club. They moved to 19-7, 4-2 in region. But when we return, the Knights Company's high school hoops driven by Cruz Chevrolet and our trophies, All-American Awards Trophy Award.
At
Contract Exteriors. We transform homes. Imagine the possibilities. Make your home new again with our expert craftsmanship and top quality materials. From stunning decks perfect for family gatherings to sleek, energy-efficient windows that brighten your space, Contract Exteriors brings your vision to life. And with our wide selection of siding options, we ensure your home's exterior reflects your style. And here's the best part: no payments for 12 months. Contact us today to start your journey to a refreshed home. Contract Exteriors, your trusted partner for home transformations.
I'm Dr. Timothy Gregory with Coastal Wound Care. Are you living with a diabetic or chronic wound? A wound that won't heal can lead to serious problems, even amputation. At Coastal Wound Care, we provide the most up-to-date treatments, including negative pressure, compression therapies, and skin substitutes. As a physician-run private practice, we prioritize your needs, providing the time and attention you deserve. Our dedicated team is here for you. We offer next-day appointments, making your recovery as seamless as possible. Call Coastal Wound Care now and start healing.
Important news you need, summarized and delivered to you. Sign up for the ABC News 4 newsletter, working for you with the top stories and weather. Easy to find, all in one place. Sign up for the ABC News 4 newsletter today.
I'm ABC News 4 Chief Meteorologist Dave Williams. Scan this code with your mobile device now. It'll get you up-to-the-minute information, including severe weather warnings. The ABC News 4 Storm Tracker Weather app.
Powered by the John Price Law Firm.
From sun to storms, low country weather can change at a moment's notice. I'm ABC News 4 Chief Meteorologist Dave Williams. You can take me and the entire Storm Tracker Weather team with you. Just scan this code with your mobile device now. Not only will the Storm Tracker Weather app tell you what it'll be like next week, it'll get you up-to-the-minute information, including severe weather warnings, wherever you are, local weather from local people. The ABC News 4 Storm Tracker Weather app.
Powered by the John Price Law Firm.
I can't clean this one up.
Final time this evening, we welcome you back into Itson Gymnasium. A 10-point win for the victors, Porter-Gaud over Pinewood. A rivalry that has lasted and spanned over the decades. Tonight, Knights Company's high school hoops driven by Crew Chevrolet. One for the ages. When you talk about Pinewood, a huge night from Trey Green. He pours in 18, Paris with 13, Sloss with 11, and Itson with 10. But how could we not talk about the young man? Oh, how good was John Michael Jenkins with 25. He stands by with our guy, Scotty Eisberg, for tonight's All-American Awards Trophy presentation. Scott, take it away.
So Porter-Gaud, the season sweep over the Pinewood Prep Panthers on their home court tonight. Let's bring in John Pearson, the head coach of the Cyclones. JP, what can you say about this group and what they did tonight?
Absolutely proud of them. We had a game plan. We worked it. Pinewood has a really good bunch of kids. They're very athletic, very talented. So we had to really pay attention to what we were doing, and luckily we came out on top.
How impressive was John Michael there, and the floaters and everything he was throwing up there tonight?
Yeah, he did a fantastic job. He's a little dude, but he plays big.
JM, I was talking about JM. You were pretty good tonight. You feel pretty good tonight? And get this group rolling forward.
I feel very good. We had a really rough start of the basketball season, and they have just continuously just gotten back in the gym, get to work. We've made a lot of improvement. So I'm looking for even more improvement, but I really like where we're standing right now, headed to getting close to the playoff. We have 2 more games, but then the playoffs.
And there's John Pearson and the Porter-Gaud Cyclones, winners tonight on our penultimate version of high school hoops, guys.
Remember, tonight's trophy and Scholar Athlete plaques at the end of the season are provided by All-American Awards, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993. An excellent night. A career night for John Michael Jenkins. He saves his best for last. It's tonight's Knights Company's Player of the Night. Join a team with leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence. 25. That's pretty good, huh, Scotty?
Yeah, I'd say he was pretty darn good tonight.
Well, John Michael Jenkins, the senior guard at 5'9", 145 pounds, cannot measure heart. He is tonight's Knights Company's Player of the Night. But, Scotty, this may have been the best sequence we've had all season.
Yeah, it's fun.
Our kick ahead of the night was absolutely electric. Blocks on both sides from both of these teams. But as you talk to John Pearson, it became very evident. It was plays like this, these 50-50 winning balls.
Yep.
That is going to be the difference in a tourney run.
Yep, the kick ahead of the game right here. There it is, Griffin Ferraro way ahead. And look at that block right there.
And then on the other side, too, you see defensive effort as Itzen went up to go get it. We welcome you back into the scorer's table for the final tight jack to launch on Scotty Eisberg. But Scotty, that 25, I know we talked about Moose Creek. For Jenkins, that may have been the best single-handed performance we've seen yet.
Yeah, he really held it on his shoulders, and that floater, man, that is the best floater we've seen in a long. It just goes in every time. He just seems to be so in control of his body, gets that floater to go. When they needed big baskets, they got big baskets from J.M. Jenkins. He is not big at all, but he plays oh so big, and they are going to ride him as far as they can when they get to the tournament up in Sumter.
Skiza plays it. That man was excited, and we were as well. Our final one next Tuesday, back at west of the Ashley where we started. They, a chance to win a region championship against the powerhouse that is the Somerville Green Wave. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us tonight. Porter-Gaud victorious here at Pinewood Prep by 10. They are undefeated in the region and looking to make a state championship run. We say thank you and see you next week.